In this tutorial, we're going to work on collecting citations, and we'll start with Google Scholar. So we'll navigate to a tab and open Scholar. We can search for Google Scholar and then navigate directly to Google Scholar. And we'll search for Crown Ether just as a topic at random. And you see you get thousands of results. And here's our first option. We can just click that and see that that takes us to a link that shows us the title and abstract, and we have the option of downloading a PDF version of the file. I want to emphasize that that's really important, but in this case you might not be able to access it if you're off campus. Other things that we want to think about are, for example, judging how important a particular reference might be based on the number of citations it has, which you can see in Google Scholar, but we can also click the Cite button to see how we might save that citation. So we'll choose refman, and you can save that file to a particular folder, but first let's notice that we're going to save this as an RIS file. We'll give it a name. I usually like to use an author along with the year that the citation was published. RIS file stands for Research Information Systems Incorporated. Again, save your file somewhere where you can remember to look for it again. So now you save that citation. Let me emphasize that ultimately you also have to read that citation. But for now, let's just realize that we have collected a citation that we can import into a library. We'll do that later. But opening up that RIS file, we can just see that it has some very basic reference information about that particular citation. Let's go to the CSUCI website to find our next tool, Academic Search Premier. So back to the website, go ahead and log in via your MyCI credentials. Then navigate to the Library Resource Services page, through Research to the Research Guides by Subject to find the chemistry tools. And here we're going to skip over everything but the databases. And when we click it, we see that there are many databases to choose from. We will stick for today with Academic Search Premier, a very broad set of searchable online journals, full text and scholarly peer-reviewed are options for us. We'll skip that for now and just do a search in this top field for Crown Ether. Now we see a bunch of results, thousands of results. We'll just click the first one to see what tools are at our disposal. And we follow that through and see that we have author information, citation information, even the abstract here. And most importantly, we want to export that citation information. We click that and we see that we have many options as well. We're going to choose again the RIS option, and we'll save that, making sure to place it in the proper location with the proper file name for later use. Now, let's go back and see what else we can do with this article. Go back one step to our search outcomes. And we can see for this article that we have external links available. So we can click that to see what links are available. And for this article, which library does have access to, we see that we can download a PDF. But we're not going to do that. Let's scroll through and find one that we can't access immediately. What do we do in that case? So I'll scroll through to find one. This one's from the Chinese Journal of Chemistry, one I know that we don't have access to. And in this case, when we click the external link icon, when it updates, we see that we don't have access. Now you might have to sign out and sign back in to access this tool, but this is the Interlibrary Loan tool. So you'll click that, and you will see that the fields are already populated for that particular journal article. And all you need to do is submit that request, and then the library will inform you when and if that request was able to be honored. And you can click the transaction number there, to see all those details and again what the history of that request is. And that'll be delivered to you as a downloadable PDF. Let's look at one more tool, that's SciFinder, and realizing today that we're only going to use a simple set of the tools available in SciFinder. But again, it's a library resource, so click through to the research section, go back to chemistry, and now under databases look for SciFinder. SciFinder Scholar. Oops, in this case, you'll have to register. If you haven't used it before, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. I've already got another tab open. And we can just go ahead and carry out our same search, Crown Ether. Right, this is a tool generated and maintained by the American Chemical Society. You can do a variety of kind of searches. We're just going to do a literature search right now. We'll cover other kinds of searches later. You can see that thousands of articles returned from our search, and we just want to collect this citation information. Again, emphasizing that you also need the PDF of the paper as well as need to read that PDF. So if we can click through on that, then we'll see that, oops, what we actually found in this case was a patent, which can be useful, but is not useful as a piece of peer-reviewed literature for a research project that we might be working on. So let's go down to the next reference, and we can click, yeah, that looks like, right, from a reasonable journal. And we'll want to collect that reference as well then. And the way you do that is to just click that radio button next to the number of the reference and click export. Again, you have a whole wide range of options for citation exportation. We'll choose RIS format. And again, we like to give it a name. I like to use author _ year. So again, we're taking and exporting that reference information for that journal article that we will read carefully, and we're putting it in a safe place so that we can import it into a library later. So as you're working, did you save your citations? Can you get access to them?